Okay, so this is a surprise library haul type video. I mean, you don't know it's a library haul. I name it channel update plus more, but it's a surprise video all around, I guess. For me, too. So I decided to go on Tuesday rather than Friday for a couple reasons. One, because I don't think there's going to be a whole lot coming in on Thursday. Maybe 2 books at the most, and 0 at the least. So I probably have them all for the week this week. And also because last week I had thought I'd be getting 2 per week, or two sets per week. One on Tuesday, one on Thursday. But I didn't. And I had done the math, and I was like, I should get some on Thursday. And I had gotten the email, and she said, nope, nothing's there. I was like, alright, I guess not. So I'm glad I did another cut of this. You'll know, and I'm only saying that because some of you may have seen that I had it uploaded and it went away. And that's because, sure enough, even though I thought, and I should check for the next volume, but this is the first time this has ever happened for a library book. But I ended up picking a book I had already read, and it wasn't, oh, they made a mistake. No, I made the mistake this time. I accidentally got The Wicked into Divine, Volume 6 again. The thing that tripped me up was because I thought I didn't think I had read Imperial Phase Part 2. So even though the cover looked very familiar, I was like, no, I haven't read this book yet. And of course I kept covering it with my hand, so I'm pretty sure it's the wrong one. I don't think they just had the same exact cover again. So yeah. And I'm not really angry about it, because I'll make sure this doesn't fall. Because of the fact that it's not a series that I want to read right away. I mean, of course, I do want to read it, but yeah, I should have realized that. Remembered that. But it wasn't one that that I wanted to keep reading right away. You know what I mean? It's one that obviously I want to keep reading. But again, like I said before, I had taken a break from it, so it's kind of like one of those things where I'm like, it's not a big deal, because I already was kind of reluctant to keep reading the series. Of course, I still wanted to read it to see how it ended. I still like the series. It's just the fact that I swear to God, I don't have a bookmark here. Oh, is it from a different library? Is that why? Because I put... I hate doing that. The stutter. Because this is how I bookmark and do this. And I put the book away. I can't do it one-handed, but I do that. And I close the book. So I know when I'm at this spot. So, and I usually determine that I've read before. I would have determined that I'd read before by doing that, but I must have two different libraries must have the same book. So yeah, I made that mistake, and it wasn't when I wanted to give a second chance to or anything like that. No, I just ended up end up picking up the same book again. I'm glad I hadn't read it. And I tried and had double checked to make sure. And you'll be getting reading recommendations on Friday, and maybe another library haul, depending on if any come in on Thursday. Which I wouldn't mind if they do, because it's going to be a different ride. It's not going to be. Jesus, apparently I love to stutter. I do it all the damn time. It's not going to be the same person. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel I need to get so specific. So now these are the ones. All these are ones I obviously had not read before. I don't know why I said obviously. Lazarus, Volume 3. I really like that series. Volume 1 I didn't like as much as Volume 2. But Volume 2 was so damn good. Volume 2 was what I wanted out of a book like that. And another book, it's another Volume 3 in another damn good series. And this one's even better than Lazarus, because Volume 1 was just as good, if not... Jesus. The thing is I'm going too fast, and I'm thinking the words, but I'm going too fast, so I'm skipping over words, and I'm I get stuck, like a record. I get stuck. Alright, so Volume 3 of Magneto. Volume 1 and 2 were awesome. Come on! Why'd you end the video? That was... Oh. Okay, so I thought... So the video... I thought the video ended, because it said 10% battery remaining. And I thought it was saying storage full, even though I had just deleted all the videos. So again, like I've said a bunch of times before, but I want to reiterate. And because I worded it very awkwardly when I mentioned it last time. The last time I mentioned it. But all the videos I used to have my videos that I upload to YouTube saved on this iPad, because this is the only, for the most part, 99% of my videos are done on here. Some are done on my phones, one was on the laptop, but most of the videos are done here. And plus, I have them saved in my photos, because I don't do iMovie. I'll do the update after. But I just have them all on photos, and when I run out of storage, I get rid of those, because I'm not gonna watch them myself ever again unless I'm watching them on YouTube. I delete the videos off the photos. So if one of my videos gets taken down, like say this one gets taken down, you won't be able to see this. I won't be re-uploading it or be able to re-upload it unless I record it. Which, how would I do that? It's not like they're gonna say in 7 days this video is gonna go away, so re-upload it. No, they're gonna just get rid of it right away, and you won't be able to re-upload it unless you have the file somewhere. So the files are deleted, but obviously not the videos themselves. Is all I had to say. I couldn't think of the word. Transmetropolitan Volume 7. This is one of the ones. This is why I think that Ghost Rider is one of them. That's coming in next week. The other one I'm thinking, this week. Obviously next week, but this week, this Thursday, I think Ghost Rider will come in. We're taking the books off the bed that were from last week. Hellblazer Volume 5, Dangerous Habits. Finally getting into, it's going to be a smoking one. Finally getting into Garth Ennis's run, even though some are by Jamie Delano. It doesn't tell you right away. Here, let's see the first one at least. So I don't know how many Garth Ennis wrote. I don't know how many Jamie Delano wrote in this series. In this volume. Of course, Jamie Delano's first. Yay! Yeah, Jamie Delano is a very slow writer. Like, he does not know how to write fast-paced stories at all. For the most, sometimes he does. I will give him. I'll give him that. That some were definitely faster than others, but if I had to, I would not be anywhere near my favorite comic book writers at all. Like, he he writes too slow for me. He writes too much. His dialogue gets too wordy. What takes someone, the best way to describe it is what takes someone 1 page to do, it takes him double to triple that amount. I'm going to spit a little bit. The final, and like with Paper Girls, this is actually also written by the same guy. I'm sad to see this series go. But this is the last book in the Why the Last Man series. I like that this says Volume 5. It doesn't say Book 5. They label it Book 5, I believe. Because Volume 5 is the smaller ones. And this is also 1999. And this is 1999 too. They're thick-ass books, but both 1999. That's how much they should be. And they're both Vertigo books too. Which I find funny. Like, DC, for the most part, has their pricing figured out. Even for more recent books. Like, these two are not as recent as something like Green Arrow, Black Canary, which was $34.99 for, like, 15 issues? It's still a damn good price, because Marvel would make it Marvel would make it $39.99 to $44.99. I don't think has DC ever done any soft covers for $44.99 that were the same size as a Marvel $44.99er? I wonder that. Because DC, I feel like it makes sense. It'd be like 600 pages and be $44.99. Although the Ex Machina compendium, which that still pisses me off, because I still feel like I could have found that at the library, not local library, obviously. ILL. It's like with these books. This one I'm giving a second chance to, and that's the Avengers. This is the original Stan Lee run. I just thought it was way too dated, and Comic Pop, it was like eerie how similar they felt, how right they got it to how I felt about it. Watch their review on the Avengers, and that's exactly how I feel about Stan Lee. Pretty much all of his books, pretty much. Not like Amazing Spider-Man, Fantastic Four among his best, but then like something like Avengers and X-Men are very dated and are not nearly as good as his other books. Still a damn good writer, and we lost him way too soon. This is another Brian K. Vaughan. This is another. Jeez. This is another Brian K. Vaughan book, and it's Sleepless, Volume 1. Deja vu title, not like with Wicked and the Divine, but just more because I think I've seen it before. I obviously did not pick it up because it's a 16, even though it's an Image Volume 1, it's $16.99, and I still don't understand that. Cable and Deadpool Volume 3. It's kind of funny because I just finished Volume 2, and I still had Volume 2, and I got Volume 3. This is another one I'm giving a second chance to, but I hadn't got. It was I just read the first issue, and I hadn't gotten past that. Thus, I didn't pick up the book because I had issue 1 as a reprint, and that's Hellboy: Sea of Destruction. Almost said Hellblazer. It's just one of those books that I'm still not a huge fan of it, and I find it ironic how it's a Dark Horse book, and Dark Horse, The Witcher, and Umbrella Academy, and of course Hellboy, and the Umbrella Academy are all books that I didn't like the first time I read them. You know, and only time will tell if I like this one, obviously. Hellboy, it was a little bit better than my fifth time reading it than it was my first 4. And finally, Batman: The New 52, Batman: Dark Knight New 52, Volume 1. This one was one that I just never even heard about. Had it not been included, had I not bought the Joker Death of the Family, which contains all the tie-ins to Death of the Family, I wouldn't even know it existed, because it was never at Newbury. None of the volumes in the Dark Knight series were at Newbury, so it was always like I never even thought to get it, actually, just in general. But when I got way back in the day, when I got in all the rest of the new 52 Batman, like the remaining like 5 or so, I was like, oh, should I read this series? And I was told you didn't have to, so it's like, okay, good. But I still wanted to read it, see how it was. Yeah, new 52, they just like kept pumping out books. It was literally 52 titles at once. At once. Yeah, at once. Yeah, it was like, I think it was one day, I think, actually, too. I'm pretty sure, at least. I think it was just like, it was Tuesday, let's say Tuesday, September 25th, 2011. There was just 52 DC books. I kind of stuttered. Not stuttered, I don't know. I don't know what you would call that. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, quick channel update, too. I'm gonna try and edit my videos, because I'm doing like this, like, oh, how long do I have in this video? Because I'm legally blind in one eye, and I always like feel like getting too close like this is very claustrophobic for some people, and then I'm out of focus like this, like, hey, here's this book I want to talk about, and then sometimes I stutter, and then sometimes I like lose my train of thought. Sometimes, a lot of that stuff I can edit out, and the video will come out a lot more smoother. Smoother. Come out a lot better. But that will take a lot of time to do. And it's more just because I'm gaining more subscribers, more viewers, and I know people are watching, so I want to try and put more effort into my videos and see if that gets me anywhere, which I'm sure it will. And then at least somewhere to my goal, I guess you could say. I mean, technically, anything will get you somewhere. Doing anything will get you somewhere. And I also want to try and get the stream. This is not something I'm going to do myself. My cousin. I want to see if he can finish up the stream highlights of our 5 streams we've done. So maybe I should wait on that one. And then I want to stream with him more often in general, because I like doing those streams. It's a lot of fun. Although I'm kind of slowly starting to slowly realize that most of the fun came when we had someone to talk to, like someone was like in chat was talking to us. And of course, the fun comes with us playing video games too, and we'll talk about stuff, and I'll bring stuff up that I want to discuss with the audience. But just a lot of the fun came with the interactions with the chat, which is not we don't get a whole lot of views, so there's hardly ever a chat, and if there is, it's like one people, like 1 or 2 people. One person usually is chatting. I don't think I've ever gotten 2 people, actually. So yeah. That's what happens when you're both small YouTubers. Okay, 14 minutes. End it. End it. End it, I will.